Hi, I'm Keith. I'm going to be going over some of the things that were around the year Uncle Roy was born. First, we'll go over cost of living. A car would set you back $1,700, that's it. A house only cost $10,250 on average. And gas was at 22 cents a gallon. Or in other words, a dollar's worth of gas could fill your mini bike's gas tank with enough gas to ride for 1 year, assuming you're not like Uncle Roy and crash it into other people.
Hey Uncle Roy, it's KEAN. I actually came across this article recently that I wanted to share with you. It's just list a couple of the things that happened to Philadelphia to make it a better place since you left. Here's a good one. Philadelphia was finally removed from People magazine's top 10 list of America's ugliest cities. It's an improvement.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm going to tell you about my Uncle Roy's time growing up in Philadelphia. For starters, he was an animal lover. He had anything from pigeons to his beloved horned toad, which he loved to death. Literally. He cuddled with it, rolled over, and killed it.
So, Dad, if you have a couple minutes, I just want to ask you a couple questions about Uncle Roy.
Just over with quick. I'm going to finish the crossword puzzle.
I'll do what I can. So, Dad, first question. Exactly how long have you known Uncle Roy?
Really?
So, Dad, if you could use one word to describe Uncle Roy.
Brother.
Alright, some more interesting things that happened that year.
Oh, here's a good one, Uncle Roy. Turns out that medical malpractice insurance rates have decreased dramatically as a result of less victims of medical malpractice since you left.
Anybody who knows Uncle Roy knows he's a motorbike enthusiast, which is very surprising considering his first trip on a mini bike when he was 15 put him in a full body cast for a good portion of a year.
John Travolta was born that year, so was Jackie Chan and Condoleezza Rice.
Oh, Uncle Roy, you'll find this interesting. A recent survey shows that women are finally comfortable living in Philadelphia again.
In 1972, he graduated from George Washington High School, where he was voted most likely to go gray instantly.
Dad, you mentioned Uncle Roy had pigeons. That's interesting. Were they carrier pigeons?
Well, he had a pigeon coop in the backyard, and I believe they were supposed to be messenger pigeons, but the only messages he ever got regarding those pigeons were from Mom and Dad telling him to go clean the pigeon shit up.
Alright, looks here like the first automated toll system was installed on the New Jersey Turnpike that year too.
You know what, Uncle Roy, there's too much here. A lot has gotten better since you left. I'll have to forward you the article. I'll email it to you later, okay? It's getting cold in here. 4-1, baby.
Uncle Roy also went to Penn State, where I followed in his footsteps because I admired him so much. Unfortunately, when I got there, I found out our last name kind of had a bad rep. In fact, they wouldn't even let me pledge at his old frat, Alpha Chi Sigma.
So, Dad, when the two of you were growing up, did you consider Uncle Roy the outdoorsy type?
Well, with his BB gun or his .22 and hunt and his fishing rods and fish in the woods behind our house in the city, he would go into the woods to attend keg parties.
Really, Dad? Uncle Roy went to underage keg parties in the woods?
Well, yeah, I guess that was kind of a fact of life growing up for him. I recall one evening when the phone rang at our house. I was sitting at the kitchen table and my mom answered the phone. It was the police saying they had Roy in their custody, and apparently they had snagged him at a keg party. Unfortunately for him, he was still a little gimpy from his previous injury and was not as fleet-footed as the rest of us.
Alright, it looks like Swanson introduced its first TV dinner. Nothing interesting happened in 1954. At all. Nothing.
So, Dad, Uncle Roy didn't get married until he moved out to Minnesota. Can you speak to his choice of bride?
Well, at first, Mom, Dad, and I questioned her level of intelligence, not just for associating with Roy, but for ultimately agreeing to spend 3 years on an Indian reservation with him. But ultimately, it turned out for the best. She's a lovely woman, and he's lucky to have her.
So, enough about Uncle Roy, Dad. How about his children?
Does he have children? Just kidding. Love him to death, but I won't acknowledge them in public. Are we done now, Fatso? I'd like to finish my crossword puzzle.
Happy birthday, Uncle Roy.
Happy birthday, Uncle Roy.
Happy birthday, Uncle Roy.
Happy birthday, Cat the Schnook.
Happy birthday, Uncle Roy.